All right, why don't we go ahead and get started? So, hola again, buenas tardes. Let me actually, before we jump into anything today, I want to talk to you just for a minute about grades. I did update Skyward, so you have 3 grades there, and at some point you should double check them, make sure everything's there that you think is there. And if you're missing something, feel free to still turn it in. I always take off a few points if it's late. Probably kind of get to like half credit if it's late. But for now, I mean, we've had so many changes and all this technology and blah, 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 Wi-Fi. So honestly, if you want to turn anything in that you haven't turned in yet, I will probably not take off more than 2 or 3 points. So turn it in. Okay. There was an exit ticket from the very first week of school. If you were here, you should have done that. If you joined us late, I should have excused you from that. The Kian Soy project, some of you have still not presented to me. Yesterday was our last day of in-class presentations. So if you never presented, you will need to stay after class today. And you can just stay on the Zoom. It's my student hours, my office hours are today. And I would like you to get that presentation done. I put in the grade on the computer that I had. And for some of you, if you haven't presented yet, the grade is quite low. Final thing was vocab. Okay, vocab was due Monday night. You were supposed to submit that online. And if you did, you basically got 10 points. If you didn't, then that's another easy thing for you to make up for me and that you're going to use. So you need to have that vocab because as we start moving through things, I will expect you to know it. So please let me know if something is missing. Stay after school on Zoom for a minute and I can help you out. Or just get me what's missing or message me if there's a problem with something, okay? But start staying on top of your grades because it all counts, all right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and jump into kind of some review that we've been doing. The last couple days we reviewed the verb ser. We are not done with the verb ser. We are going to add to it today. So what you need to do, much like if you came into my class, you would want to have your notes and your assignments from yesterday and the day before. You need to make sure you're being organized, all right? I can't hand you things. I can't check to make sure you have your folder or your notebook, but you need to be in the habit of coming to class with like your vocab list, with your SARE notes, okay? Those are the things that we're going to be using every day, and either you've printed them off if possible. That's always my first choice, so you have them in your hand. If you can't, then maybe you're making a little Google folder on your computer, or you're saving them to a little folder somewhere, even on your desktop is fine. Or last choice is you're writing things down in your Spanish notebook, and you've got some notes on SARE, and maybe you've got your vocab. Or you've pulled up a little extra window. So when I ask you a vocab word, you can scroll through and find it. All right, but you got to stay organized so you have all these things to use. Okay, so quick review on SARE. Somebody want to get a quick point. I remember I do keep track of participation. So make sure you are doing your best to get yourself some points. Somebody want to raise your hand and tell me what are the 5 forms of SARE that I expect you to be refreshed on. Quick hand, quick hand. I will call on you, but for now I'll take a quick hand. What are my 5 forms of SARE? Like the yo form and the to form. I see an arm. I can't see, your name's not coming up on my screen and I can't even see your face. Who's got your arms up and you got like purple or walls behind you? Unmute for a second. Oh, it's Kira. Now I don't know why your name wasn't coming up and I couldn't see your face. All right, go ahead, Kira. What are the 5 forms?
Yo soy, tú eres, ustedes, ellas, ella es, nosotros somos, vosotros
Sois.
sois, ustedes son, ellas, ellos son.
Perfecto. Gracias. All right, so that's what we're talking about. Yo soy, tú eres, él, ella, ustedes, nosotros somos, and ellos and ustedes son. Those are the 5 forms that you should have written down and easy to access so that we can use them today. Now, today, that is not our focus. That's kind of the background thing. The new focus today is going to be adjective agreement. So I am going to show you in a minute where your notes are, and I'm going to say if you can print them off, you can go print them off. Otherwise, we'll write them down together. But for now, I just want to talk together. So raise your hand if you can tell me in English, what's an adjective? Go back to English grammar. Bryce, what's an adjective? Bryce, can you unmute?
You finish. That's that right?
Bryce, I just saw your hand raised.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, I didn't mean to raise my hand.
Oh, we don't know what an adjective is? Can you tell us?
A what?
Adjective, just in English. What's an adjective mean?
Oh,
I'll give you an example if you need one.
a word phrase, naming an attribute or something.
Okay, look, if I said, Bryce, you're tall. Tall is the adjective. It's doing what, Bryce? It is,
Saying my name.
and it is, if the tall part is describing you, right? If I'm saying you're tall, tall is describing you. So adjectives describe, all right? They do the same thing in Spanish, okay? There are some differences, but they do the same thing, all right? So here are the two main differences in Spanish when we talk about adjectives, okay? And like I said yesterday, if this was not great for you the first time, pay attention, okay? I am literally re-explaining almost everything that I expect you to know in the next couple of weeks. So pay attention. So adjectives describe. Here's how they work. Number one, we always say adjectives have to agree in number and gender. What does that mean? Somebody want to help us out? What does it mean when I talk about gender in Spanish? It's kind of like what it is in English, and then it's also kind of different. Jeremiah, what am I talking about?
Well, for gender, you talking about like if it's like a male or female?
Okay, so the basic is male and female, all right? If I'm talking about myself as a female, my adjective looks different sometimes than if Jeremiah is describing himself as a male. So sometimes it does have to do with boy and girl, but sometimes it actually doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Things in Spanish have a gender. This piece of paper, okay? It is in Spanish, it's papel. The little word that goes with it, the little article is el papel. So that means that paper is a masculine word. Now, obviously, paper has nothing to do with boys or girls. It's a grammatical concept, all right? So it's almost like I always describe it to people. It's like somebody at some point put all the words in a hat and pulled them out and said, this one's going to be feminine, this one's going to be masculine, this one's going to be feminine. It's weird. Paper has nothing to do with a boy, but it is masculine. All right. Then you take a word like pen. There's two words for pen. You can call it el bolígrafo. That would be masculine. Or you can call it una pluma. That's feminine. So it depends which word you pick. All right. So everything has a gender in Spanish. Okay. So adjectives reflect that. So that's one thing that's different, is that they have to agree in gender. And then the other part is number. What does that part mean? What's the number part mean? Casey?
Like if it's plural or not.
Perfect, right? So if it's singular or plural, that is reflected in the word. Now listen, in English, we don't do this at all. This is totally different. Think about the word happy. Okay, that's an adjective. In English, I'm happy, you're happy, he's happy, we're happy, they're happy. Did my word happy change at all? Nod your head, yes or no? Does the word happy change? No. In Spanish, it does. Okay? So if I'm happy, I'm contenta. If a boy is happy, he's contento. If everybody here is happy, we're contentos. And if just the ladies here are happy, they're contentas. So that's something that we definitely have to pay attention to. The second thing we're going to pay attention to is where the adjective goes. In English, we say the orange paper. In Spanish, they say the paper orange. Why? I don't know. Why do we do it like we do it? I don't know. Why do they do it like they do it? Okay? Honestly, whatever you learn growing up is what sounds right to you. There's no reason for it. Okay? Orange paper, paper orange. Same idea expressed, just a different order. Okay? So that's something that we're going to talk about. All right, so that's kind of the background here. What I would like you to do now is I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to show you where I want you to go and then give you your choices here, all right, how you're going to do it. So you're going to go, I'll share my screen. You're going to go as usual, Actually, here, let me go back farther than this. Never mind. Hold on. You're going to go to my home page, as you pretty much do most days now. And you're going to click on my class. You're going to click on current lesson. So you can do this while we're talking. And I'll share my screen with you now so you can see it. Here I come. All right. So you go to my current lesson, it looks like this. All right, we are gonna start with this repaso de adjective agreement. Repaso is just a review. So here you see you have a document. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to figure out what you're gonna do with this document. If you have a printer, I would love it if you could go print this document real quick. Okay, if you have a printer, go do that right now. I'll see you walk away for a second, that's fine. If you do not have a printer, then you have to decide, again, this is more notes for you, just like the SARE one. So either you're opening it, and I'll show you what it looks like here in a second. And you can save it to a Google folder. You can save it to your desktop as a Word document. Any of those things are fine. Or if none of those things work for you, then you're getting out your folder, your notebook for Spanish, so that you can jot down a little section. You should have a little section from yesterday on SARE. You're gonna have a little section today, write down adjective agreement, and you're gonna open this and look at it with us. So here, I'll open it and share it with you. And then we'll go through it together. Okay, but these are your notes. So again, if you don't have notes, then you got nothing to help you study, right? That's the thing with this whole virtual learning. I'm not there to hound you. I'm not there to say, did you write this down? Where's your paper? Right? It's on you. So you got to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to do well in class. So please make sure you are doing one of those things so that you can proceed with me. All right, I am going to give you another minute here to make sure you've got this somewhere where you can use it, where you can type on it, you've printed it. And I'm just going to kind of go through these first 3 bullet points while you're sorting out what you're going to do. So everything we've just said is summarized here. That's why these are your notes. Okay, it says all adjectives in Spanish must agree with what they are describing. They must agree in number and gender. We just talked about what that means. Okay, we said that means we have masculine or feminine endings and singular or plural endings. The last thing we said is in English, we say red apple, or we said orange paper. In Spanish, we switch the order to apple red. All right, so those are the things we're going to try here in a minute. All right, I would like you to look at this little box with me in the middle. I'm going to assume everybody's back now. You have a system going here. And basically, you have 3 kinds of adjectives. If they end with O, I'm going to tell you what to do. If they end with E, I'm going to tell you what to do. And if they end with a consonant, then we have a third thing. All right? Most of your adjectives, if you're looking at your vocab list, end with O. Okay, I'll give you some examples. Alto, bajo. Simpático, antipático. Bonito, guapo. Okay, lots of O's. So if your adjective ends with an O, if you're describing where it ends with an O, you have 4 choices. Okay, if it is one boy who is tall, he is alto. If you have lots of tall people, they are altos. That goes if it's all boys or if it's a mixed group of boys and girls. If it is one tall girl, she is alta. And if you have a lot of tall girls, they are altas. All right, what happens if your adjective ends with an E? Well, look at grande. Show me with your fingers right now, how many choices do you have if your word ends with an E? Look across here, how many choices do you have? 1 choice, 2 choice, 3 choices, or 4 choices? Show me you're with me. I got Jeremiah with me. There goes Zuzu. Bryce, good. 2, okay? You have grande, if it's feminine or masculine, doesn't matter. And you have grandes, if it's plural, doesn't matter. Okay, so we have 2 choices. Now, same thing with a consonant. Okay, if it ends with a consonant like difícil, it's difficult. You'll notice you have 1 singular ending. And then to make it plural, this time we add es. It's actually hard to just add an s because then it's difícils. It's awkward to pronounce, so it's difíciles. So you add the es. Okay, so everything you need to know is summarized there. We've got 3 we're going to try right here. I want you to write down or type out, however you're doing this, 3 examples. We have the funny teacher, the tall boys, and the smart girls. Now, as you start writing these down, think about it. The funny teacher is actually going to be the teacher funny. So write it in that order. If you don't know the word for funny, gosh, look on your vocab list. Okay. And then make sure that your word funny agrees with teacher. I didn't actually say if it was a boy or girl teacher. So you can do that whichever way you want. The boys obviously are boys and the girls have to be girls. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing this. So that means you have pulled it up some other way and you are jotting these down. So I'm also going to stop talking for 1 minute so that you can write down your 3 answers. They're short answers. Okay, jot them down now, please. If your camera is not on, I assume you're not there anymore. So please get with me. Don't want to lose any participation points because I think you're going. Okay. I'm going to need some help with these in just a minute. So please make sure you're doing your best to jot these 3 sentences, not sentences, just little phrases. The funny teacher, the tall boys, the smart girls. Pay attention to the details. Details, details. It's very detailed here. Okay, so I'll start out with a volunteer. Somebody want to tell me how we would say the funny teacher? The funny teacher. Looking for some new hands. All right, Alex, go ahead.
El professor es gracioso.
El profesor gracioso. Okay, I don't even need a sentence there. All right. Now, if you use a different word for teacher, that's fine. You can accept maestro. If you made it a girl teacher, that's fine too. Hey, Alex, will you read yourself? You could say la profesora graciosa, because I didn't really tell you which way to go. But either way, this should match that and that, I guess. So if you want to underline those little endings, that's what I'm looking for here. This is super detailed. All right, who's got the tall boys? The tall boys. Anaya.
Los chicos altos.
Perfecto. Oops. Los chicos altos. Great. So altos and chicos and los all match each other. They're all masculine and plural. Okay. Now on that, if you use a different word for boys, that's fine. You might have used niños. You might have used muchachos. Any of those are fine. You don't have to change that. All right. How about the smart girls? What's that going to look like? The smart girls. Let's go, Darrell.
Las chicas inteligentes.
Great. Las chicas inteligentes. And you'll notice plural, plural, plural. I can't make that feminine, so all I can do is add the S. All right, I'm gonna leave these up for just a minute. I want you to correct your work. Again, these are your notes. If you don't have good notes, then it's hard to get answers right on homework and quizzes and stuff. So this is on you. Take responsibility for yourself and make sure you got those. All right, now we're gonna look at some sentences. Okay, here's where we combine the verb ser from yesterday with the adjectives from today. They're super simple sentences. Look at my example with me. Okay, it says Raul, and we wanna say is shy. Okay, I gave you the word, I think, tímido in my example. So we just said Raul es tímido. He's one person, he's a boy, so it's tímido. All right, I believe you have 5 sentences to try. So I'm gonna give you like 30 seconds and then I'm gonna erase my board. So make sure you've got that and then we'll try those 5 sentences. Pay attention to the ending of your adjective. And number 1 is I. So if you are a girl, put an A on the end of your word. If you are a boy, put an O on the end. So there's two possibilities based on yourself. Okay, so, all right, I am nice. Anybody that hasn't gone yet want to volunteer? If you've already gone, you got to rest for a minute. Anybody want to go? Otherwise, I'll pick ya. I am nice. I am nice. My choice, okay. How about Kai? Where are you, Kai? Oh, maybe not here anymore. Interesting. Okay, how about then let's go with Rosario.
I accidentally closed out the thing and I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay, I'm
Sorry.
coming back to you for number 2, Rosario.
All right.
Number 1, I'm going with Alex.
Maybe yo soy.
Alex, you there?
Which one? Me?
Number 1.
Is it yo soy simpático?
Yep, thanks. Yo soy simpático. If you're a girl, you put yo soy simpática. If you didn't want to put the yo, that's fine. Either way is good for me. All right, let's look at number 2. They are young. Rosario, are you ready for number 2 or not yet? Rosario?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, I'm coming back to you for number 3. Here we go with number 2. Let's go with Lucky. How about Caleb?
What number are we on?
2. They are young.
So which one do you want me to say? Like, what we're doing? We say like the young part?
Well, I want you to give me the sentence. What's the word for they that I already gave you?
Nosotros.
Yeah, nosotros.
No. Look at number 2. Are you looking at it?
I clicked at it. I don't have it on my screen anymore.
All right, you got to get back. I'll come back to you, Caleb. You got to keep it out. All right, how about Zoe?
Don't.
You there, Zoe? It's a tough crowd. Oh my, how about Christian?
Ellas son jóvenes.
Great, thanks. Ellas son jóvenes. Perfecto. So look, ellas is plural, so you have to say jóvenes. It's like difícil. It ended with a consonant, so you had to add es. All righty. How about the next one? Juana is good looking. Juana is good looking. What do you think? How about Anna? Oh, let me see if I can do it, Anna. How about now? No, she can't unmute. Oh, so many technical problems. All right, Anna, I'm sure you could have done it. How about Joan?
Juana is guapa.
Here we go. Juana es guapa with an A. Guapa. Good. All right. We are tall. We are tall. We are tall. Casey.
Nosotros. Oh shoot. Nosotros somos alto.
Yep, except for their
Altos.
girls.
Altos.
All
Toes. Oh.
except for their girls.
eh.
You know, so trust. So we'll make them all. Gotta be real careful. It's hard to see it.
Yeah. Wouldn't there be like masculine in there?
For what?
We.
So that's the we, that's feminine. The somos doesn't change. Verbs don't reflect gender. Okay. So the somos is the same whether it's boys or girls. All right, numero cinco. You guys are smart. You guys are smart. Annika.
Ustedes son inteligentes.
Perfecto, thank you. Okay, get that plural because it matches ustedes. Jada, I don't know. It's probably your Wi-Fi. I don't know what to tell you. Just, you can always go back and look at it, or I'm trying to say them out loud too. Ustedes son inteligentes. All right, so make sure your notes are complete. Make sure you have those 5 sentences perfectly. And hopefully you are now refreshed on both the verb ser and adjective agreement. Okay. All right, what I would like to do is 2 quick things here. One is a quick practice on adjective agreement. So I need you to go to my current lesson for the day because there's a link on there for you to use. Okay, so go to the current lesson button. I'll get there too. Current lesson. Okay, so I'm showing it to you, but you have to go there so that you can see what we're doing. All right, it says más práctica. There are 2 here. In the interest of time, I need you to do just 1, unless you're super speedy and you want to try the second one. All right, so click on the first link here. Okay, it's studyspanish.com. I like this site because it's an easy grammar practice. It's not related to your textbook. So it's just a little, it's called a basic quiz. It's not really a quiz, it's just for practice. So let's do the first one together. Okay, it says, hay una pluma, and you have to pick the red that matches pluma. So, clase, which one am I gonna select?
Roja.
Roja, there it is. All right, underneath it, it says, la chica blank está en la casa, the tall girl. So la chica what?
Alta.
Alta. All right, you scroll through, do the rest of them. Okay, when you're done, submit your answers at the bottom here, and it'll tell you how you did. If you have time, you can go back and try the second one, but I would only do like the first half of the second one because then it gets a little hard. So I'm gonna give you not very long, 2-3 minutes to just go through and click those and see how you do. Okay, again, if you missed it, you get there through my homepage, through the current lesson. But if you don't practice your Quizlet flashcards, then you're not going to do well when it comes to a vocab quiz. So please make sure when I assign that for homework that you do that. All right, so the following people in just a second can actually get off the Zoom and go practice your flashcards, or you can be done 5 minutes early and do your flashcards later tonight. If I have not received from you something from you through the textbook, then I want you to stay on for a minute because I want to see why. I want to see what the problem is and see if I can help you for these last few minutes of class, because I'm going to start assigning more things through the textbook. Okay, so if you hear your name, you can go leave Zoom, okay, and work on Quizlet and be done for the day. Alex, Jeremiah, Kira, Anaya, Christian, Anna, John G, Amani, Annika, Joanne, Leslie. All right, you guys go. Now, the following people, it looks like you started but didn't finish. So if you know that you know how to do this, okay, I'm going to tell you who you are, then you guys are welcome to log back on and try and finish. All right, I want you to submit something to me tonight so I know that you know how to submit something. John, I'll get a question 1 second. So these people are welcome to leave the Zoom if you can get back on the textbook site and go back to in progress and submit that assignment, okay? Zoe, Malcolm, Zuzu, Alex, Casey, that's it. So you guys now, if you know what you're doing on online, you can. Then everybody else, I want you to stick around for a minute so I can go through how to get on there one more time. All right. So again, if you're in progress, you can go. John, quick question.
When's the quiz?
Sorry?
When's the quiz?
Oh, I don't know. Probably mid to late next week.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
not over vocab though. We're not ready for vocab. It'll just probably be over like SARE and adjectives and stuff. Okay. All right, so everybody else on here, I am assuming that I need to show you one more time how to get on to the online textbook. Is that correct? Yes?
I
Okay.
know how to get on.
Okay, if you
I
know
mean,
how to,
I just tried to turn it in. Do you know if it went through?
I might be able to look here when if you push that little black turn in button, I'm sure you're fine. I'll
Okay.
check tonight, but if you think you did it, you're probably fine.
Okay.
Okay, everybody else, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna screen share with you the directions that I went over yesterday. So either you weren't here yesterday or you just didn't quite get it yesterday. And what I want you to do is follow along with me and open a second window right now so you can actually do this as I did.
Back. Back.
Bye, Casey. Or
Miss
can you?
Silverly,
Yeah.
why am I here again? Because so I was gonna submit the assignment, but I did like half of it. I did the part where you put the things in,
Uh-huh.
but then my computer logged off,
Okay.
and then it didn't save.
If you know how to do it, Casey, go back and do it right now. I just want to see that you can submit something to me. Okay. So if you don't know how to do it, stay on. If you can do it on your own, go do it on your own. All right. So I need you to get to your portal. Okay. If you don't know how to get to your portal because you're not on a school computer or whatever, pull up an internet browser and go to my.msdwt.k12.in.us. Okay. I'm screen sharing it with you. And I've got you on the side. So once you're there, I'll ask you to just give me a thumbs up so I know we can move on. Okay, so you're gonna go to this page, to your portal, log in, and you should see this. Can you give me a thumbs up if you're there? Caleb? I can't see you. Can you just put your thumb up? Okay, and Bryce, are you there? Ty, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Ty, you're good? Okay. All right, so then you click on this Pearson button right here. I'm circling it if you're looking at my screen. The orange circle, click on Pearson. All right, next screen, you're gonna click on this Savvis Realize button. Again, I'm showing you where it is here if you don't see it. Click on that Savvis Realize button. All right, then if you've not done this before, very quickly, I want you to pick a little background icon. Just click on something real quick because I don't wanna waste the time on it right now. And then at the bottom, just scroll down to Let's Go, I think is what it says, Let's Go. Then you should have a screen like this. You're gonna click on the orange circle that says Classes. Okay, orange circle that says Classes, and then you should see My Class. You should see Actividad 7 right here. Can you give me a quick thumbs up? Are you with me? Okay, so click on Actividad 7. And then you have to click on it a second time. And then you should scroll down. You see like a review of SARE at the top. And then you should see this little paragraph right here. And then down here where it says Actividad is where you fill in the blanks online. And then in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little black square that says Turn In. So how about today, just because I just want to see if you can do this, can you maybe do the first 5 for me and turn it in? Okay, you don't even have to do all 10. Okay, so you're filling it in with a form of SARE, right? So like Ana Maria, if she is studious, what word are you going to use there? Estudiosa. Okay, I'm happy to stick around. If you know what you're doing, do the first 5 for me and just submit it. Just turn it in so I can just see that you know what you're doing. All right? Like I said, happy to stick around if you still have questions.